So hey everyone, today we're playing a really great mod for GTR2 called the Power and Glory mod. I mean, I guess every player that ever played this amazing game knows this mod. It's a mod with all kinds of GT cars and touring cars of the 60s and 70s. So some really great hidden gems in them. And today I chose the Porsche, an old Porsche 911. To race at Spa in a race of approximately 1 hour. So in this car there's no speed limiter, so I'll just have to watch what I'm doing, I guess. But yeah, so a race of 1 hour with all sorts of historic racing cars, and let's see how it goes. Apparently this mod really has a great immersion, so let's see what happens. First we have a small qualifying session in the night to show what this car is capable of compared to the other historic GT racing cars. Oh my god, there I almost got hit by a Corvette Stingray. Hey small mini. Well, we're just on our outlap now, so there's no need to push the limits right now. Auto clutch is turned off for this car, so that means that each time I want to shift the gear I have to release my foot from the throttle, otherwise I'll just miss-shift and spin the car around in the corner. As you can see, the car is really light on the tires, which makes it really slidey in the corners, but also, in a sense, if it makes sense, really easy to control. And like basically you just have to put your nose inside the corner and then just see where the car goes and adjust to this. What's this? I guess it's a Jaguar, no? If I'm not mistaken. Oh, some small oversteer, but see, I can still correct it. So really easy to control this car. There the car became a bit oversteery, but we managed to still save it. And look at the difference also in this mod. Some really all kinds of cars can be found in this mod, which is really cool, to be honest. I don't tend to, like in general, I don't really drive the fastest cars in the mod because they're really difficult to control. Like they're really fast in a long straight, but once you have to brake they're like an arrow, you know, they can only go straight basically. Blanchiment in a modern GT car you can take it flat out, but in a historic car wouldn't really suggest doing that. Second gear, really easy, nice and smooth. There we go, not too much sliding. Sliding is losing time. Oh, and here in this corner it suddenly started raining. Let's see what this car is capable of in the rain. Braking in time for La Source. Shifting. Oh. There we go. Being passed by a Corvette C3 Stingray. This car is much faster on straight line. I guess I'll catch him up in the corners. Let's see. Brake in time in the wets. There we go. Nice and smooth. Yay, 5th gear. We made it. And braking in time. Braking is a bit more difficult in this car, especially for the camel chicanes, as the car becomes really slidey under braking. Yeah, especially for heavy braking, not the best car available. But for example, this corner, as it tends to be, the car tends to understeer because the car likes to be slidey. That corner is really easy to take actually, so yeah. Is that a D2 Mosso behind us? I think so, yeah. Or no, it's a Ford GT. Nice. There you go. He's definitely faster than me, so I'm just gonna let him pass right now. No need to fight with him on the track right now. I'm just doing my lap, just getting qualified for the 1 hour race that we'll have later on. So yeah, easy. Good exit of the corner, nice. Brake, shift back. I think in front of us we have a small Ford Escort, if I'm not mistaken, and MK1, which is not really suited for this track, I guess, because it's more like a lightweight touring car, which makes it really fast in the corners also, but like on the straight it tends to be a bit slow. Whoa, it's raining in Blanchimont. There's a really fast Porsche coming up ahead, with behind it an Alpina BMW, so let's see. Is it gonna try? No, it's not gonna try in the bus stop to pass me. Oh, it's an Alpha GTV. Oh, sorry for the damage, buddy. And brake for La Source. Oh, I got hit by the faster Porsche, so I guess now it will just try to pass me on the downhill section to Radion. Or actually it's Eau Rouge. Radion is on the top. Brake in time, no need to slide the car too much in Eau Rouge. Oh. Will I save it? Just managed, wow. Really lucky there. Okay, so yeah, I think we just qualified us for the race. It doesn't really matter where we are in position wise, because we'll anyway make up some positions, I think, during the race, as the AI tends to be a bit slower. Okay, so let's start the race right now, and you'll really see this time that like in GTR2 there's a, before you start the race, there's a starting sequence where they show all the cars on the grid, and you'll see there's a really great diversity in this mod. You'll see right now. Wait, I'll just start it. I guess up ahead it will be the BMW, just as I thought. So yeah, some nice soundtrack to it too. For GT40. Another one, really great looking car. Some old Porsches. Porsche 906 I think, Ford Capri, C3 if I'm not mistaken, or the C1, I'm not really sure. There's a lovely MK1. A bunch of older Porsches, Ford Falcons. Yeah, they tend to be really fast on the straight line, but in the corners they're quite shit, let's be honest. Alpha GTV, really great car. A Jaguar, I think that's me. Ford Mustang, Alpha, another Falcon if I'm not mistaken. A Jaguar, really good looking car. A bunch of Alphas up ahead. The Lotus Cortina, really great touring car for close racing. Ford Capri, that's a Lotus Elan if I'm not mistaken. Another good looking Ford Capri. Shelby, a TVR I guess, yeah. And the Jaguar, the C1 Corvette I think, Ford Falcon, another Jaguar. Really old looking car though, so really funny how they tend to race with this car. Okay, let's start our formation lap. Let's see how the AI behaves in this mod. I'm not really sure how it's gonna how it's gonna be like. I'm afraid in Eau Rouge they're just gonna bump into each other. But let's just see. Let's hope we make it out safely, and then we have 1 hour of racing. So yeah, looking forward to that. I put the starting time of the race at 5 o'clock in the evening, so hopefully with 10 times acceleration of the time we'll see some night racing. I'm not really sure, but let's see, I guess. Okay, let's just skip the formation lap because I think we done enough warming up. Time to go to the real deal. There we go. Really good start. Have to be really easy right here. Brake in time. Put it 1 gear down for the first time in Eau Rouge, as there's a lot of cars bunching up on the top. Yeah, we managed to pause there. Oh, he's going faster. He probably has a bigger Porsche. Come on. Oh, I just got hit by the American big V8. That's where I win compared to the Ford Falcon in the really tight corners or the chicanes, because my car is much more easy to handle. Oh, braking time. Jesus, how did I make it out of this one? That was hot. The big boat in the way. But look at the difference handling wise. This mod really has some great physics. Each car has its own physics, which makes it a really different experience to drive each car, which is really cool. Oh. Jesus, this Ford Falcon is a dangerous guy. Hi Stefano. Hope you're enjoying the stream. What is this guy doing? Need to pause this guy because he's a bit dangerous, to be honest. Oh no, he's gonna pause me. Normally he should be faster on the back straight. Yeah, as he has a big V8 block. Hopefully we can take him in the chicane or Eau Rouge, let's see. I prefer to shift 1 gear back in Blanchimont, so the car becomes a bit easier to control and on the exit, because once you start sliding that's hilarious. Bye bye Ford Falcon. Let's turn on the lights. Whilst I'm getting poisoned by the fumes of the Porsche in front of me. And there we go, sunset and heading down to Eau Rouge. Life is good, life is great, actually. Put 1 gear down, nice and easy. And there we go. That was a good exit of radio. I think that's also a higher class Porsche, so normally he should be faster and catch me up. There's our little Ford Escort. And brake. Jesus, don't be so aggressive, buddy. Normally, handling wise, he should be faster in the corners. He drives a touring car, but let's see what we can get out of this fight. So on the straight he's again losing time, but in the corners, look how he's getting away from me. Well, I'm not saying I'm the best professional driver there's around, you know, but still, at least we're in P20, I guess. Brake, nice and easy. It was a good exit out of Pujon. Oh, yeah, just made it. Yeah, this is a simulator, Stefano. Basically, you need a steering wheel and pedals. Like, you're not obliged to have a clutch but you need a brake, gas, excuse me, throttle, and a steering wheel, and then you'll have lots of fun. If you play this with a controller, I think it's possible, but the game is not intended to do that, so you'll lose a lot of the immersion, and yeah, also the cars will be really difficult to handle. Now each time I shift down when braking, I have to release the throttle panel, because otherwise my car will just get its ass out and like you'll just spin around. So basically driving it with the controller will ruin the whole experience for you. As I'm getting there, passed by the Ford GT40. I'm not gonna really fight this guy because he should be faster than me. Brake again for La Source. Really, in other games, like, I tend to be quickly bored by doing laps on the same racetrack over and over again, but in this game, like with this car or any other car from this mod, like each lap is totally different. You're just sliding the car around the track basically, which, like, it's really cool. Yeah, I would really advise anyone who has never heard of this mod or game to just try it out, you know. The game is like from 2004, so it shouldn't be that expensive to buy these days. I think you can find it really cheap. You can actually buy this game on Steam, if I'm not mistaken. My version is from Steam anyway, which like the basic version of GTR2, which like the standard version is just with GT cars from the modern era, like let's say 2000 to 2005ish, from the FIA GT championship. But because in the past they had licenses for Porsche and Ferrari, like they had a few Ferrari 550s if I'm not mistaken, and Porsche GT2 RS. But because the game is on Steam and it was released again without CD version in I think 2016, 2015, could be 2014. I don't know exactly what the date is. But yeah, because they didn't have licenses, basically the model of Porsche and Ferraris were not available in the Steam version of this game. But you could simply bypass this by installing a small no CD exe version of the game, and then you can easily like drive a Ferrari, drive a Porsche, and get the full game basically, like have the full experience. Then you can just download this mod, and I'm not entirely sure if it's for this mod or for the historic GT and touring car mod for R Factor, but I don't think for this mod you need a version of a CD version of GT Legends. I think you can just install this mod and play it straight away. It's really easy to install. It's just an XA version of the mod, and like just asks you a few stuffs. Basically it will just copy your old game installation of GTR2 and just make a new game basically, totally out of scratch. It is recommended though, and you'll also get a pop-up when installing this mod. You'll get a recommendation to to just to have a basic version installed of GTR2 and not have any tweaked physics around, any tweaked graphics, because it might make it easier for the game with this mod installed. This, I should say, the separate version will be easier for this game to crash if there's something wrong with the game. But yeah, once it's installed, you can just choose a car out of the great selection out of cars and just drive around like I'm doing in this 1 hour race. I would say my favorite car from, like, I think because as a young child I've always been interested in cars. I visited this racetrack Spa, because I'm Belgian, many times from when I was a kid. I think one of my favorite cars of all time is actually like of this game should be any type of Porsche basically. I also visit a lot of rallies in real life with a lot of historic rally cars participating each time, so I think I also have a small spot base in my heart for the Escort MK1 and MK2. But if we're talking about real life cars, not without this mod, really difficult question. I would say, let me think. Like for on the road as a daily car, I would say a Subaru Impreza, because yeah, I'm a rally fan, Rip Colin McRae, etc, so like that's the easiest choice. Yeah, sure, Ian, welcome. But then as a race car, I would say my favorite car of all time would be the Salane S7 GTR, which is also in the standard version of GTR2. Like, I remember as a small kid standing in front of Eau Rouge, and like this car, like just the big old V8, and you heard your whole eardrums were trembling each time this car passed by. I think together with the Leicester Storm racing in the same period of time, was one of the greatest racing cars ever made, man. But yeah, as a road car, I would say Subaru for sure. Especially if I had to choose one, it would be I think the 1998 version, like the, let's say, 22B version, like really square car, or the version of 2006. I think it's called the Hawkeye version, with a really like nice looking nose. To be honest, would love to own this car, but then yeah, in Belgium, taxes are like a bit crazy. Basically, if you would own a Subaru, I calculated it and read it on some Subaru owner forums. If you would own a Subaru in Belgium, basically that would cost you around 800 euros a month to basically run a Subaru and not use it as your daily car. Like, you don't have to travel far with it, just max a 10k radius, just because taxation is so insane. And in the area where I live, there's also not a Subaru garage around, so that makes it basically, if I have a problem with the Subaru, I have to drive to the other side of Belgium. Not that Belgium is, whoa, big slide there. Not that Belgium is such a big country, but yeah. Yeah, thanks for subscribing, Ian. But yeah, it's a bit ridiculous to drive a Subaru. Like, it's not ridiculous, I'm saying it wrong, but my point of view, as I still like visiting motorsport events, going to rallies, going to the World Rally Championships, just purely as a motorsport enthusiast. It's a bit ridiculous to buy a sports car but not being able then to just travel to any destination I want, even if it's far away. Like for example, the Nürburgring, which is around 3 hours away. Like I still prefer to, you know, be able to visit cool events. Like for example, in a few weeks, I'm going with my girlfriend. Yeah, she also likes cars actually. Lucky me, no? But yeah, in a few weeks I'll go to Rally Portugal with a plane and a rental car. So I'm sure that's gonna be a really cool experience. I'm sure it's not gonna be the same as Rally Poland that I visited, as security there was a bit ridiculous. I think in Portugal it's gonna be much tighter, but yeah, always great to see the new generation of WRC cars, like fly past you. And then later this year, I think in June, I'll go for 1 week to Nürburgring in Germany for the 24 hours, which is really amazing event. You know, I'll just be camping there with my girlfriend and some friends at Breitscheid, and I think the village is called Adenau, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, with the supermarket nearby. Drink some alcohol, see some cars. Really cool. Love Germany. And the motorsport fans there are always really enthusiastic about their brands, you know. Like I've seen campsites at the 24 hours of the Nürburgring where basically you were not allowed to pass with the flag of Porsche because it was a BMW campsite, or vice versa. Yeah. But like football fans, but not that extreme, you know. You can still talk to them in a decent way and not be beaten to death because you like a car more than any other car, which is the same, which counts for actually any motorsport event. You can just go to any event and each fan is gonna be approachable. Everyone has the same passion, you know. Just like seeing cars and the sound of cars, the smell of cars. So I'm driving an old Porsche actually. I think it's a 2.3 liter if I'm not mistaken. Or no, the ST version, 2.5. Group 4. So it's definitely not the fastest Porsche in this game, but it's one of the easiest ones to drive, I think, personally. And also with this car, it tends to be a bit slidey, which makes it really cool to drive personally. So yeah, that's why I chose this car. Whoa! And I was actually right in the beginning of this video. I said we might have some darkness, but look, it's already dark after a few laps. So probably, yeah, maybe we'll get to morning at the end of the race. That would be cool. See the sunrise. Brake for blanchiment. Yeah, I'm still getting used to talking and driving at the same time, so sorry if I'm not driving that smooth sometimes, as these cars require a lot of concentration basically. But yeah, we have some Porsches behind us, so it's not driving too bad, I guess, as I can still manage to keep the other Porsches behind me, which is cool. Good, all good. I wonder how much fuel I have left though. I guess my spotter will tell me if my fuel is almost gone, and then we'll just refuel. This is a fun race anyway, so it's not like I would... oh no, I think my fuel just finished. God damn it. Okay, maybe we should restart the race. That's a bit ridiculous. Wait. Oh, what a shame. I didn't take this into account, you know. I didn't look at how much fuel I had. Let's try quit. Yeah, that's how it works. So, fuel. Fuel. Where's the fuel? Setup. Yeah. That's it. What? I should have enough fuel. And basically I just blew up the engine, I guess. Okay, I'm just gonna put automatic glitch on, but still use my still use the manual clutch, release throttle and stuff. That's a shame. That's really... Okay, let's skip the formation lap and get straight into the race again. I just really got into a nice rhythm, so that's a shame. I didn't have enough power to climb Eau Rouge. Like, I had 30 laps of fuel in my car, so that shouldn't be a problem, right? I think I just blew the engine by not clutching the right way. Come on, you little Ford Falcon, move out of the way. There we go. Let's pass as many cars as possible, especially this Porsche, because he really is a nutter, to be honest. Hey, thank you, Stefano, for liking the channel, I guess. You can always subscribe if you haven't already, or like the video, you know. Really helps me out, so... Yay! Are we gonna pass the Escort? I guess not. We should have more power, but this car handles like a beast, you know. It's one of the most agile cars I've ever known, at least back in the day, you know. I'm sure cars of the 2019 really handle a lot better than the little Ford Escort, but still, it had really good characteristics for back in the day. Yeah, there we go. First lap. It was a pretty clean lap, to be honest. I'm glad I didn't really have big damage done to me by some mistakes of the EI. As we're gonna pass a small Lotus Elon, I think. Yeah, it should be an Elon. There we go. I guess up ahead we have a Ford Capri. That's a really good exit. Me, I'm from Belgium, as I said earlier in the video. I live in the north of Belgium, in the Dutch part of Belgium, but my dad is from the south of Belgium, where they speak French, so basically I speak Dutch and French fluently, which is nice. Especially in Belgium, where everybody speaks like, actually in Belgium they speak 3 languages. Like the north they speak Dutch, because yeah, it's near Holland, and then in the south they speak French, and then in the southeast, near where this racetrack is located, like near the border of Germany, they speak German. So yeah, it's a bit of a messy country, to say the least. It's small, but yeah, 3 languages. So what is he doing? Whoa, thank you for good brakes, Porsche. What was this guy thinking, man? Moving from the racing line like that. And now we see the sun going down for a second time. I'm sorry, Ian. Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch. That's not my, let's say, natural language, my first language, so I'm really bad at speaking German. I only know basic German, so maybe that will get better after visiting the Nürburgring this year. Let's see. At least there, like when I meet some German fans, it's not that difficult to speak German, but to be sim racing and to speak German right now, that sounds a bit difficult, to be honest. I have to control this car and really focus on getting it safely around the corner. At least we managed for now. Actually, I didn't see in which position we were, so I'm quite curious where we got so far in this race. Maybe we made a better start this time than previously. But look at the skies, man. This game is like from 2005 and it still looks really, really good. Like, I've been a sim racing fan for like I would say, decade right now, around a decade. But still, man, this game still blows my mind away at how immersive it can be. And I still play this game now, now and again. Like a few months ago, I even did a 24-hour race on this game of 3 hours, which my girlfriend didn't like, but I liked it, so yeah. Good for me, I guess. I also really like this game personally, to me, because to me I really prefer the older bus stop chicane like this version than the version we have. As I almost missed the apex right there. I personally feel like this chicane had more personality than the one they put now. Like the one from now is just basically a big S. Still, it's spectacular. Like there's some great racing. Oh, poor Corvette. American engineering there for you. But yeah, I still prefer the older version of the racetrack, let's say. Also these days, I remember when I was a little kid, like if you went off the track at Spa, usually you'd end up with your car in a gravel trap and your race would be over, you know. If you get stuck in there with the low ride height of race cars these days, it's a bit impossible. But yeah, nowadays like there's such a big runoff area everywhere in Spa that if a driver makes a mistake, it's still really easy to like it's really easy to drive the track, you know. But still, like Spa is quite a challenging racetrack, especially compared to all the other racetracks that are now around on the Formula 1 calendar. This one still has some personality, let's say. Like that's why I also visit the 24 hours of the Nürburgring, for example, because there's only one racetrack that has such like height differences in so many corners. It's really ridiculous, especially if you have driven on the Nürburgring, especially the old part, like the Nordschleife, in real life. Like I did it once I did 2 laps on the Nürburgring when I was on vacation in this area, and I have to say, like, you can play as many games as you want and drive as many laps as you want on the Nordschleife, even on Assetto Corsa or iRacing, where there's like laser scanned versions. But then once you're there in your car on the racetrack, you realize just how much difference there is in elevation change. It's really amazing. Like, especially for example Flansgarden, like in the race game you just take it almost flat out, you just shift one gear, but then in real life, like, you almost shit your pants when you feel your car bottoming out when you go down Flansgarden. It's a really unique racetrack. Also, if you ever think you're going fast on the Nordschleife and you're like, I was just driving my 2-liter diesel car on the racetrack back then. If you think you're going fast, there's definitely gonna be a car that is gonna pass you, that's like a Porsche or Jaguar or whatever, that drives like a maniac, you know. So you never think that you're the fastest guy around. But yeah, really great experience if you ever have the chance. Let's see which position we're in actually. P16. I think in the previous race, before we blew up our engine, I think I was in P18. I just blew up my engine again. That's amazing. I'm definitely doing something wrong then. Okay, that's a shame. Okay, let's just do another race with another car then, and try to not break it down, if you want to. I guess my footwork is not made for old cars. I did clutch each time, so it's a bit weird that the car breaks down each time. Maybe I was just pushing it a bit too hard, I don't know. I'm just a bad driver, who knows. Which car should I take? Maybe a Ford Escort, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that looks like a beast. What else is there? This looks a bit too small. I don't tend to take the Tommaso or the Ford GT40 because, like, as I said earlier in the stream, it just goes fast, but it doesn't really do that much in the corners. Like, it just goes straight, basically. Okay, maybe we should take the Ford Escort, the Zug Speed one. Yeah, that's a famous one. Okay, let's see. Let's take Spa again, just because it's a great racetrack. Let's take it a bit earlier this time. No qualifying. Let's put it in 22. That's a great position. Let's race. As you can see, the mod also has some really good music too, you know. Really good music. Takes you right back to the 70s. 10 on 10 for immersion. As the track is still loading, almost done. I really hope sincerely that my car is not gonna blow this time. I really thought I was not pushing too much on the car though, like... So how much fuel do I have? Let's see... Oh, 71, 20, oh, that's more than enough. It's actually too much, so it should be easy. Okay. Let's race the Ford. It's a Ford Escort. Straight away, this car really has a lot more torque. Because it's a Group 2 version, so let's see how we do. Hey, I'm also a Ford, leave it, let me through. Yeah, this car definitely has a lot more torque. It's a lot more aggressive, but also a lot more easier to handle. Okay, maybe I shouldn't rev too high this time to save the car a bit, because I don't want to blow up my engine once again. Like, how many laps did I do? 7, 6? I agree that they're historic cars, but I should be able to do more than 7 laps, right? As I'm still getting used to the car, but it really seems to handle like a beast. I can just pass everyone, because my car is much lighter. He's lucky that it's not raining. Yeah. As you can see, the Ford GT40, really fast car, but in the corners we could have easily passed it, but now it's getting away from me again. Basically, the Ford GT was just made to go fast on the Le Mans racetrack, you know. But now we can pass it. Yeah, beautiful. Whoa. Damn, this car is a beast. Whoa. What a save. Come on, little Ford. And for example, I wouldn't have braked for this corner because my car handles much better. But now he's just gonna pass me straight away. Oh, he's gonna wait behind me. That's nice of you, Mr. Ford. Oh no, here he comes flying past, I think. No, just not. Yeah. Okay, I made it through Blanchiment safely. I think that's Shelby Cobra ahead of us. Damn, this car is a beast. I can really brake much later than the other cars. Huh. So I'm not the only one blowing by engine. So where is the temperature gauge? Ah, there. 50 degrees. I guess that's normal, no? Okay, so I only have 5 gears right now. So I guess I should try to make the temperature not go above 50 degrees, but it's still climbing, so... Well, we're only 2 laps in, so maybe the car is still heating up as the 2 cars in front of me collide. Ooh. Already going up to 60 degrees. This is not healthy. I'm trying to not go too high in the roughs. I guess we're not that far from the leader anyway. We must have passed a ton of cars. As you can see now, the higher class cars, like the higher tier, like the BMW for example, is just driving away from me now because there's no more slow opponents in front of him. You can just easily use the speed. Okay, so temperature dropped again, I think, yeah. So I should really watch my temperature gauge. Brake. Now it's dropping again underneath 50, so... Oh, as I missed the apex again. Easy on the roughs. There we go. This car. A car with great rally routes, which basically I should have just pulled the handbrake in this corner. But look at the temperature, man. It's again going up above 60. Have to be careful. I don't know if 60 is a lot or not. I guess so. Really easy to turn in this car, like this car really has some good balance characteristics, sorry. See if it understeers, I just press the throttle fully and it slides its little ass around really easy around this corner, so yeah. Also the noise in this mod. This really sounds like a Ford Escort. This car. Oh, behind us is a big beast, like the big brother basically of my car, the Ford Capri. I think it's 3 liters if I'm not mistaken. At least it's more than 2 liters, that's what I know. So yeah, his top speed should be much higher than mine. So let's see what he's gonna do. Yeah, he's already going faster. But at least my temperature is stable now, so I can push a bit more, I guess. Ooh. Oh yeah, he passes me. Well, no problem. He's faster than me anyway. Maybe I will take him back in the corners. Whoa! Nice save. Yeah, maybe I should try clutch kicking it in La Source, so it just slides when I go out, so it points immediately in the right direction. Oh, look at that! I'm at 3rd place with the little Ford Escort. How cool is that? But behind me there's another beast of a Capri, so I think eventually he's also gonna pass me. Oh no! Oh, it just hit me straight into my, well, ass literally. Shouldn't have said it that way, I guess. Let's see if you have a lot of damage. Oh no, it's okay for now, I think. Let's see. So cornering right is not a problem. Let's see left. Okay, so left is also okay. Lucky there. Yeah, well, it was my fault. Shouldn't have hit the grass. I was getting a bit too enthusiastic sliding the car around. At least we're still okay. And then getting off track in this game. Missing the apex big time. That was on the limit. See if I have a lot of damage. No, a little bit. It's okay. This car is really on the most dangerous location right now. I hope it's not gonna be there for the whole time. That was a really cool way to take the bus stop. Oh no. Almost got distracted there by the sunlight. So in 6th place right now, that's not too bad. With a little escort. I guess I also put the opponent's skull, whoa, on a good level as we oversteered our way through the corner. Brake in time, shift the car's weight, understeering, now it should oversteer, yeah, there we go. Shift the car's weight again. That's actually really cool also that you have to monitor your temperature gauge just like any other 70s racing car. I guess they tended to overheat really quick if being pushed to the limit all the time. Like right now I'm climbing up to 60 temperatures. Well, I'm also sure the car also overheats so quickly because Spa is a big racetrack with long racing straights compared to other racetracks which are a lot smaller usually. So maybe that's why the cars tend to overheat so quickly. Oh, this curb almost got me there. Made it through safely. One more lap done. Let's clutch kick it. Well, that was a bit of a fail. I guess I used the clutch a bit too much there. I have to be careful not to wear my clutch out. The rear of this car really becomes unstable when on the top of radio. Made it through there. I think we have a BMW behind us if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he normally should also be faster than us, so I guess he made his way through all the traffic. I think we're still leader in our class, so it doesn't really matter what we're doing. Yeah, I got hit. I guess this is a good moment to stop the stream, you know. The 1 hour race normally should have already been paused right now. I'm not gonna do 1 hour of full racing again just because the engine blew 2 times on me on the Porsche. But hey, at least we got to try. Whoa, what is the Ford doing? This guy is crazy. At least you got a good taste of what this mod feels like, and I'm sure in the coming week or next week I'm still gonna play this game again, just to show you guys how amazing this game just is. I just enter the pit lane, do a pit stop, and then let's call it a day, I guess. Yeah, this mod doesn't have a speed limiter, so I can just have to watch my speed, I guess, as I drive. he is. Seriously, I just cut off my engine. Okay, I guess I broke up my car by just entering the pit lane. Damn, these cars are fragile. But yeah guys, hope you enjoyed the mod on this video, and I guess we'll see each other next time around. Yeah, this was my first time, so I'm sure I'll get better at it eventually. While speaking, while driving. Let's see, maybe I'll do some iRacing next time, maybe some more GTR2. Let me know in the comments what you want. And if you have any criticism or good advice, just say it in the comments or message me. If you like the video, subscribe, like, whatever you want. I don't want to force you or anything, just do what you like. As you see some cars climbing up Eau Rouge for the last time. Should be coming now. Yeah, there he goes. Okay, yeah guys, bye, see you next time.